Hey, Trucker,
Yeah, Mayor.
do you like the movie Scream?
I mean, yeah, to a degree. Do you like the movie Scream?
From what I remember, I do.
Well, let's see if we can scrape together some memory and talk about the movie.
That works for me.
Uh, it's going to be hard for me because it's one of the movies that's been parodied half to death.
Well, it has probably one of the best openings of any horror movie of all time.
Oh, no doubt.
What is your favorite scary movie? And of course, with this movie, we've got Courtney Cox in here, probably one of her better roles before she went nuts and got a bunch of plastic surgery.
Yeah, she's one of the ones that fell off a little bit.
And then you've got Drew Barrymore, who I think also went kind of crazy at some point.
Uh, yeah, I mean, a lot of those late 90s early 2000s actors and actresses, all just kind of fell off in their own weird way.
Then you've got Nevi Campbell, who I don't know, or Campbell, who I don't know if she really did anything after this. David Arquette kind of stuck around for a little while and then disappeared. Skeet Ulrich, probably related somehow to our favorite drummer Lars Ulrich. Don't know if he ever did anything else after this either. And then of course, pretty yeah, Matthew Lillard's in here, and they don't talk about him at all, which is irritating because he's the
See, the
best.
the fun thing about Matthew Lillard is he kind of did the Mark Hamill, if you know what I mean.
What do you mean?
It's it's not that he's not been in a bunch of stuff. It's just this the stuff that he's in you remember, and then he does a lot of voice work.
That is true.
Instead of doing more, like live in person stuff, he does a lot of voice work. Um, for example, he's done a lot of the cartoon Scooby Doo stuff
Right. Yeah, he took over for Casey Kasem.
simply because he can do that. Hey, Scoob,
But,
he's infinitely better at it than I am. So
this movie, the premise is there's a horror franchise that all the teenagers like called uh, Ghostface, I believe, and then this allegedly one person goes completely bonkers insane and starts dressing up like Ghostface and has a grand old time killing people, but then the killings stop making a whole lot of sense because they're starting to pop up in different areas. And then, I mean, we're 3 minutes into this, so the big spoiler being there's two killers. I think it was David Arquette and I know Matthew Lillard was the other one, and they come up with a pretty genius scheme that gets ripped off in every movie to very zero effect to the audience anymore, but they start stabbing each other and then themselves to look like they're the victims, which was
yeah,
really cool back then.
they tried to pull off a light Yagami, but not being very successful at it.
Well, they would have done just fine if they didn't get shot first.
Yeah, it turns out the one thing that most horror villains are susceptible to is a good old 9 millimeter injection.
There's a lot of great moments though. Like a lot of the killing scenes are intense, very scary, very well shot. The music is well done. Costumes are incredible. The characters are all great. I mean, everybody plays their role spectacularly. You know, the douchebags are douchey. There's no beating you
Really.
over the head with some sort of lesson. The lesson is, sometimes you get stabbed.
Yeah, sometimes you do in fact get stabbed.
I mean, quite honestly, that seemed to be kind of the lesson. That and,
It's an
survival,
important lesson.
perseverance, that sort of thing. But, most importantly, sometimes you end up just getting stabbed.
I think the big takeaway is, don't go around killing people.
Yeah, if you want to, put a liberal arts degree on it, you probably shouldn't be killing people too. That's a good takeaway.
let's uh let's try to not do that anymore, and that'll lead to less, problems down the road. Who'd have thought? But it's also like it's kind of a satirical take on the whole copycat phenomenon, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, wow, this person is famous for doing kind of an incredibly dumb, bad thing. I want some of that notoriety. I guess I'll just copy them. Haha.
Well, with that, we're really tiptoeing around the fact that we watched this a long time ago and don't remember it. So, at the end of these things, we like to
we're we're trying though, man. We're trying.
at the end of these things we like to recommend a song and or band. I'll go first with this one. El Paso by Marty Robbins is a solid song.
Okay. I'll go for Big Iron by Marty Robbins.
Also thematically correct to this episode because, killing people or acting like a moron is a bad choice, and those songs really highlight those.
It's an incredibly bad choice.
All right. I think that's a good place to leave it.
Yep.
Bye.